All right. This is the great loser bracket finale. It's not a finale because there's one more game after this, but this is probably why most of you guys are even watching this video. It's where I play against James, and I ruin his day. And I think apparently everyone who watched the stream, I haven't watched it yet, so we'll see how dumb I sound after all this. Let's see if I go first. I don't. Feels good. FTK deck going second against number one ranked guy. Pretty good. Alright, I knew that was a Reiko, obviously. Trap Dash Shoot feels real bad. And these are nice little control plays. I really like this deck. But my hand was so bad that Trap Dash Shoot almost whiffed. That's pretty funny.
When he trap dust shooted and typed what you had in chat, I was just...
Yeah, I mean, they actually made a point when everyone was talking last night before the tournament. They made a point, like everyone was talking like, oh, how do we handle this situation? How do we handle that situation? And they said, hey, we're just going to be consistent. We're going to do the rules the same way we've always done. And basically it's unenforceable, so it's just okay to be blatant about it. And I don't disagree. Like, it doesn't matter. It's whatever. What do you... Okay, I Marie agree. It's like, if I'm not winning, I have nothing. Like it affects me at all. So I knew that was a Reiko. Maybe I could have... Like, he could have been greedy and not milled and not hit Dandelion. But I was going to discard a hand size anyway. It could have been Thunder Dragon, which would have been okay. But I was like, whatever. And here I definitely messed up. Like, I start doing some stuff on the next turn or the next game, and I could have run over his Raikou, and I just chose not to. Or, I guess mistakenly didn't do it. He had to blow up his own thing, which is cool, whatever. Gets his value. Oh, yeah, see? Oh, yeah, I couldn't hit run that over. But this is, like, a pretty excellent line to, like, OTK. Because I know this guy's good, Nitro Warrior, but I have not been the victim of him until this happened. Yeah, and that was OTK, just barely too. Alright, so I have to win this one, right? So what do I got? The Juice. All he has is perfect answers to my deck. Okay. All I have is a slow-ass hand. So it's good that he has answers when I'm not going fast. Go format. So you always know it's a Raikou. Double Book of Moon, because he's rightfully afraid. This... I kind of regret setting this. It's like, what did that accomplish? Like, I probably should have just been discarding Thunder Dragon. Like, what? I want to bait out a Heavy Storm, like that matters? Like, I don't know. But yeah, so we take it nice and slow. Let's get our shit back. Or sorry, we're going fast. I special summoned that. Book of Moon. And because I did it properly, I knew he could have a book. That's basically the only thing I have to play around is Book of Moon. So you want to send... yeah, you want to call priority, and then he'll respond, and then you got to get a Swap Frog because you can bounce it back. Nothing fancy. But all it does is buy him a turn. Kill the back row, that felt bad. Yeah, like here the Swap Frog could have been an attack. I could have ran over the Raikou. And then he probably would have booked it to destroy or something. Suicide, no big deal. Still has a DD Crow, which is pretty dope. Do I? No, I have the Fishborg. I just haven't done anything with it, really. Treeborn, because he doesn't want to get rid of it, because he's probably playing correctly. Send everything. Send it all back. And if he wanted to, he couldn't DD Crow here, because this is... doesn't start a chain.
Oh, it just makes it so much better, just knowing he has it in his hand, too, like...
Yeah, so this is cool because I had the Fishborg. So yeah, I get to get the plus. It's going to be great. So we went ahead and filled everything. Wow, this pause didn't work. Okay. So we went ahead and sent everything, and we didn't get the Fishborg back until we discarded a Fishborg. Normally I would discard a Thunder Dragon, but I was like, he might have a DD Crow. And luckily, that's exactly what happened. And he says that might have been a misclick. Oh, it was frozen, that's why. He might have had a misclick. Or sorry, misplay. But luckily, I had the backup Fishborg to play around it, so that's nice. And I was able to keep going. So we do the regular stuff you guys watched earlier. This has been super clunky already, so it's just been like a pain in the ass. And see, him talking about using it on the avarice, or me being smug about it or whatever, if I just hadn't said it, it wouldn't have mattered. Like, I would have just been able to do it, the other one in my hand, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I just had a strong enough hand to deal with Crow for either play. Assuming I played better. So we're just resetting. We get to extend with Exodius, but this is the last one. So it sucks that we're going to be sitting on an Exodius to finish the combo, but you just need more card advantage. You can't just go in empty like that. Usually they can't answer it, like he doesn't have an answer. More extenders, so we're feeling good now. I'd say it's like, in these situations, it's like a 5% chance that you like just whiff. It's pretty hard. It's possible, but it's like really, really unlikely. And it's cool because, like, yeah, even though you wouldn't necessarily get there in the beginning, if they hit you early before you start chaining off, that's when you can kind of do like the controlling plays that are still good. So it kind of goes both ways. You have to feel it out though. So that's
your
cheating.
Consequence of your own actions finally showed up.
That was the last cheat count. Was something that could shill in the dawn. So no more cheat count, because he's like, hey, you're cheating. You've been cheating for the whole time you've been solitaring this deck. And this is when everyone started making fun of me. So I hear. But yeah, I'm like, okay, well, I'll just do the same thing I normally do. I had to sit on the Exodius anyway because I was minus. So I was like, okay, I'll just make the normal board I do without a Stardust. And this had to sit here anyway. So what it was going to be was the exact same thing without the flip flog. Because I need to keep the Exodius. And I have the Imperial Iron Wall. So he has to draw like Heavy Storm or MST. He has way more outs here, but it's also not necessarily likely he gets there. And we have plenty of card advantage to like do stuff next turn. So Caius, we don't care. There's the wall. Synchro to stuff. This guy can't do anything, so we don't care. Bounce everything. So this is where he said I misplayed, because I shouldn't have bounced everything. So yeah, he's right. Yeah, I guess maybe I was just flustered or something. Yeah, I was definitely flustered because I was just not anticipating the combo I practiced to at this like big moment like finally be like, hey, you're dumb, that doesn't work. So yeah, I clearly should have just bounced these two, kept the Caius, and then just shrunk the board into Colossal Fighter Armory Arm and just easy win. So makes sense. But also, yeah, so I guess it was BM. Accidental BM. But yeah, so I just told him it was infinite. So I guess he just assumed, okay, he misplayed already, so I'm gonna like make him play it out. And this is really long and grueling. A lot of people saw this live. But yeah, so this is a loop. We still get to infinitely draw. So I'm just telling him, hey, this is infinite. And he's like, okay, well, show me. So I make an Urbellum. He's like, how does that become a Gottoms? And I say, hey, I already shuffled away the Plague right here because I needed cards to keep going. I could have made the Gottoms first. I was like, hey, this is infinite. When I could have said, hey, this is infinite when I saw Plague in the grave, and it would have been a lot shorter.
I think at this point people are saying this is what X-Sabers wish it could be.
That's funny. But yeah, so here's the loop, and I guess you were saying during the stream, oh, this is it. He's just repeating. But no, this is a +1 every time, only because of Thunder Dragon. But even if I didn't have
mention that the deck count was going down by 1 every time through the loop.
But like even without Thunder Dragon, like it's still correct. Like if he DD Crows, let's say he DD Crows with Thunder Dragon, that would kind of hurt because I don't plus every time. But I could cycle through my entire deck and draw the Plague. Yeah, that would get you there. I don't think that would be infinite necessarily, but you can make a big board in that situation. But yeah, here I have to dig, so I just have to do the sequence. It's like, I don't know, 10 inputs for every draw, something like that. So it takes, I don't know, 30 seconds per draw. So if you have to draw 12 cards, yeah, it's like 4 minutes or something. But also, you can just say this is infinite. If people are aware of this deck as a thing, like it's infinite. So
Yeah, before you mentioned looping to Gottoms, everyone was like, "Oh, so he has to win through Exodius now, no matter what." I'm like,
That's funny.
yeah, it's not the point of the deck. We'll
Yeah.
we'll see soon.
Although this is the first time I actually summoned and got him the entire time, so I guess that's kind of an important aspect of this. Like, I don't know the rules. I guess we'll find out, or I need to find out. People are gonna be talking about this at least a little bit. I need to find out if it's sufficient in a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament to say, hey, this is infinite. I can demonstrate why this is infinite. Is that good enough for me to just, you know, hit the end state?
Yeah, it'd be different. At least in Magic the Gathering, it wouldn't work that way because
I
we
thought
need to
that's
see the end result.
really.
Yeah, you need to show all the combo pieces on board usually,
Yeah, yeah, I can.
but you have to show at least one full rotation.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm happy to do that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Obviously,
thing.
this was a little over the top once you've showed the
Right.
first rotation, but
And at a certain point, I mean, I guess maybe it was just the vibe of the stream, but at a certain point, I felt like he was being a little rude to me. But I mean, luckily, I didn't get tilted or anything at all. So, just, yeah. See that time I had to send a bunch of frogs because I had like 4 cards in deck. I sent everything,
nah.
and he said,
It'll let
"Okay,
everyone see what the combo actually will be.
yeah." And I said to I had to do it weird. Like I would never have to do it this weird way, but I guess in theory, if someone like banishes all of your Fishborgs, you could still get there. It'd be hard to get there, but you could, as long as you had Plague.
Yeah, seeing Plague at the bottom of your deck, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
We're gonna be here a bit.
It's fine. It was a weird showing. It was the weirdest moment of me ever playing this deck, really. So it's just like, just using the Plague, and I don't have the monster slots, so I can't just use the Plague instead of the Fishborg. I need the Fishborg and the Plague. So like, I have 3 slots dedicated to the whole thing. It was Subsitoad, Fishborg, Plague, and Swap Frog, and then I had to summon the Exodius, so I couldn't really have anything sitting. And that's why I had to loop Gottoms and then sack Gottoms himself. When normally I loop Gottoms, I summon Gottoms, and then I sack R.B.E.T, and that cuts the entire combo in half. But here, this hand's really good, right?
Yes.
He doesn't have Crow. Double Book of Moon again. Wow. Torrential. Boom. He gets a Torrential, but that's the thing. So this isn't cheating. This isn't like outpacing or anything. When you have a Substone and you're sacking something, you're allowed to call priority on that thing. So unless you have a book hitting the Substoad, I can summon shit. So if you had a Bottomless back there, I could summon the Dust Frog and then sack it to Substoad with priority even when it comes out, and then just keep going. And I didn't know that before. So that's actually why I didn't include Dust Frog in the main to begin with. Because I was just I was like, okay, what's the bare minimum number of frogs I can run to make this work? And I settled on...
Well, I'm pretty sure you went to the Edison Discord and asked that in a rules thing, didn't you?
Yeah, I asked that a while ago, like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was a dud. Him torrentialing me sucked. What? But I like stopped halfway. I was like, he might have something. I don't remember exactly what I did, but I think I just wanted to make sure I had a Subsitoad, and of course I have the Treeborn. So just having Substone Treeborn just kind of gets you there. So there's a book.
Yeah, I think at this point they saw kind of like the same line where he had the answers to delay you. So you're like, okay,
Right.
maybe we go watch another match for a sec.
And then here's the book to protect it. Do the thing. Exact same play. This is when I have no Swap Frogs in my deck. Here's my extra normal summon to bring back. That's funny. I didn't realize I did so much on that turn. It's kind of funny. Probably not even this. Oh, right. Yeah, he stopped me. And I was like, I bet you I can draw something. And I realized the only thing I could have drawn was 1-for-1. And I drew it, which was definitely luck. It's basically the equivalent of opening Future Fusion. So Colossal Fighter, 0 cheat count. We get to do it. Yep. And he saw it right away. It's not infinite, but I did have enough cards, and I had the Beezle Frog. So only one Colossal Fighter was enough to get me there. So That's actually that it's presented right there on the board. But you do it a little safer just in case. So I guess, I mean, his deck's just a little slow, and my deck really thrives on a little slow decks. So.
Oh, for
Although
sure.
he did OTK me that first game. So.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wasn't disappointed. Like I said, I knew there was hate secondhand. I didn't experience any of it, so I guess I'm still fat and happy over here. But I thought it was fun.
Yeah, for sure.